Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Last day of April, so the usual format, looking back at where I've been, what I've seen, what I've photographed during April. Started off with a few days dog walking, and I heard what I thought was a skeed of geese going over. Turns out it was hooper swans. A couple of hundred of them. Could only get so many in a picture, of course. So the usual roe deer, which are always nice to see. Barn owl was just sitting on its box, so it must have been too late to see it flying around. Pheasants. I think this roe deer's pregnant. They have them about June, I believe. Now snakes, adders in particular, the Vipera berus is our only native venomous snake. And the interesting fact is they give birth to live young. The ovoviviparous, easy for you to say, which means basically the eggs hatch inside them and they give birth to 5 to 20 live snakes. They hibernate for months on end, usually between October and March, and when they've warmed up, and just at this moment, funny enough, the males perform the adder dance, where the males rise up and wrestle for mating rights. Now, at the moment, there's reports all around this area of dogs being bitten, people standing on them when they're out running, but there's plenty to see. That was a big old female. Anyway, another day, wheat here, first one that I'd seen so far this year. It's on a beach scene, actually. Pretty little birds. Did a nice little pose for me, which I was grateful for. That shows you the setting it was in. That was at Humphrey Head. And the usual little egrets everywhere in this area now. It used to be quite a rare thing, but it's very rare you go out and not see one. Mute swan was a bit too close for comfort, but they're used to people. It didn't bother me at all. Quite graceful things, even though it's only swimming down a drainage ditch. It's nice to video. Probably in a bit of slow motion, this one, from memory. Yeah, definitely slow motion. Of course, they mate for life generally. There's been quite a few died around this area of bird flu, but they seem to be doing okay again now. There's some more roe deer hiding in the long grasses. Little dunnock. I was pleased to see the young buck. His antlers are growing, but they're still in velvet. Whereas the older buck, he lost his velvet ages ago. Another place, another little egret. There's the young buck again, just having a rest in the sunshine. Merganser, male and female. And there's orange tips everywhere at the moment. Don't stop very often. Lesser blackback gulls, often overlooked, but they're quite a stunning bird. Moorhen. This is a real tatty looking young roe deer. In fact, I saw her again the other day and she still doesn't look much better, but they're shedding the coats. Just put these in to show how hard they are to spot generally. And little wren. Struggled to try and get a decent shot of a wren, but keep trying. Dunnock puffing himself up. Still been very cold early in the mornings. But this barn owl was about 5 minutes before lighting up time. So I was happy to see it, but again, it was a cold, windy night. It just came out of its box, landed, realised how windy it was, and went back in its box. And this is the older buck shedding its coat, but it's lost all its velvet, as you can see. And there's a rook. I like the old herons. Normally when they're landing or taking off, they take the best pictures, really. And this was a first for me up at Kendal, looking for dippers, and there's common sandpiper. Didn't actually see the dippers that day. This little wagtail. And a linnet must be nest building by the looks of it. This was an interesting one. They were letting the bullocks out for the first time this year, and they're running around like idiots. Must love getting out in a field after being tied up. Nice little stone chats. Bonny little things. Then we had a quick look at the little owl again, but it just sits in the sun. It's nice to see it, but then we saw a couple of ospreys. There's loads of ospreys around this area, but unusual to see two together. They flew around for quite a while, then one dived in and caught a fish, which should be coming up. Didn't actually see it catching the fish, it was too far away. But what it did have to do, because it's caught quite a decent sized fish, it kept flying round and round in great big circles, trying to gain height to get over the hills that were surrounding the water where it caught the fish. So we had a good view of it. And we saw another one that it didn't actually dive, but we got some nice shots of it getting ready to dive, and it kept pulling out. Got a buzzard kicking around as well. And there's another osprey with another fish. Must try harder for next month to try and get some decent diving shots. Noisy grey-lag gooses everywhere. Not grey-lags. Canada. More buzzards. Lovely little linnet. Another stone chat. A jackdaw. A Canada goose. And a different osprey again. So there's lots of nests around this area. Nice to see the pied flycatchers back. That's a nice male. And yet another swan, far too close for comfort. There's the older buck again. Always nice to see it. Not easy to spot, but I'm getting used to it now. See how it's shedding its coat, so it's going to have a nice summer coat shortly. Another pregnant one, I believe. The early mornings have been really, really cold this month. That was probably 6:30 in the morning. It was freezing. Then another trip up to Kendal, the dippers appeared this time. I say they appeared, there was half a dozen of them, so I'm guessing that maybe the young ones have fledged already. Having said that, I was in the same place today and didn't see a one. But these were landing all over where you don't expect them to, up on handrails and up on trees. Normally they're just on the rocks in the river. Lovely little birds though. Another different location and yet another osprey from a long, long way away, but eating a fish. Now this next bit's interesting. Now this is a noctule bat. Never seen one before. This is in broad daylight, and they're one of the largest bats in the UK with a wingspan of up to 40 centimetres. They also fly very high, and they come out early on in the day and quite often seen in daylight, but this one was actually out in the sun, which is unusual. But they actually roost in tree holes or woodpecker holes, which is exactly what that one was in. And the other interesting bit about them is that the calls are partly audible to humans. Anyway, a different place, a different day. These are yellowhammers up on the fell sides. We only go to this place about once a year, and every year we go, we see at least 2 yellowhammers in the exact same place. This was funny, watching this female pied flycatcher trying to get nesting material into the box. It took it a while before it realised it had to turn the end on. It kept bouncing off the hole, actually. That's a nice male one. Here she goes again. Bouncing off. Gets in eventually. Little black-headed gull. Barn swallow. Right outside a barn. Oh, and brimstone butterfly. That's the first one I've seen this year, I think, or maybe the second one. Seen a few more this week. And I was hoping to get the snakes doing the adder dance, but I think they'd already done it that day. Nice jay up in the trees. Great tit. A small flock of curlews again up on the moors. My first mallard chicks that I've seen this year. I think they must be fairly newly hatched. 14 little ones. Great crested grebe. This next bit's an unusual one. There's a swan that doesn't have a partner. It lays eggs every year, and something had taken this egg and rolled it a good 30 feet away from the nest. Either probably a stoat or a weasel. And some nice brown hares, which very rarely that I've seen a brown hare. Never mind photograph one at reasonable distance. I'll go back there and try again. Yeah, there's a tatty looking roe, but she won't be shortly. With the summer coat, she'll look beautiful. On this heron, I swear I could have patted it on its head. I was that close to it. This is on the canal. But it did take off and land opposite. So I got a nice landing shot. That swan was fast asleep, but its partner's on the nest with eggs. Speckled wood, another brimstone, pair of brimstones, and that's your lot for this month. Thanks for watching. If you've stayed to the end, let's see what May brings. Bye for now.